stop the 9/11 trials from coming to New York City. Hello, I guess we could just start with your name and what political group you're with.
I'm a 9/11 family. My name is Desiree Bernstein.
How do you feel about the 9/11 trials coming to New York?
I think it's a nightmare on Elm Street. It's a fiasco. It's no respect for the 9/11 families that are still grieving. And he was caught on the battlefield. He should be under a military tribunal, not in America where he is not an American citizen.
All right. Now, the whole excuse for this is they say, because Congress has not declared war, we're in unconstitutional wars. And if they're going to go that route, they could also hold these trials in D.C. They could also hold them in Pennsylvania because they were attacked too.
They shouldn't even be in the United States. They should be in the military courts, period.
Right.
You open it up to giving these terrorists, these jihadist terrorists, rights. You're going to open up such a Pandora's box. You're not even going to recognize America.
So if you had one thing to say in regards to this, to Obama or to Eric Holder, what would you say to them right now if they were standing in front of you?
I would say, I don't know what country's constitution you're looking at, but you're not looking at the American Constitution. I would say you must not have had a loved one that was murdered on 9/11, because you would never do this. You would never do it. My husband can't even come down here. I have to come down. You don't see the wounds. You don't see the emotional scars that this trauma has done to a twin. So I say shut it down, and there's still time to correct it. Don't bring it into New York. Don't make us have to go through this all over again.
So if they persist on having it in a court in America, would you be more willing to accept them have it in D.C. or Pennsylvania, just anywhere but New York City?
No, I say it should be under a military tribunal.
Okay.
He was on the battlefield. This is jihad. Come on. This is jihad. The lives of Beamer, some of our political people could have been killed had they hit the Pentagon. Have we forgotten that? What is wrong with us, America? Do we not know anymore right from wrong? Are we so politically correct that we can't see straight anymore? Wake up, America. You're going to be the next 9/11 victim.
Thank you very much.
God bless America.
God bless America, and God bless you and your family. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Bob Tishner. I'm from Yonkers, New York, and I'm a staunch Republican. And an organization I'm with is the Gathering of Eagles. It's a big military support group.
Okay. What are your feelings on them bringing the 9/11 trials to New York?
I truly feel the 9/11 trials should not be held here in this country. It's a terrorist act. It's an act of war. It's a organization terrorists that have no country, no home. They belong in military courts. I don't believe the court should be held in this country at all. I believe that they should be held in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, or somewhere else in the world, but it shouldn't be held on our soil. They don't have that right.
And how do we define it as an act of war, though, if it wasn't a government?
The towers are no longer here.
Right.
That's an act of war.
So that goes beyond individual terrorism,
Absolutely.
as it was so far-reaching, in your opinion.
3,000 people lost in one day is an act of war.
Now, if you had one thing to say in regards to this matter of holding the trials here to Obama or Eric Holder, what would you say to them?
I'd say they're dead wrong. They have no right to bring these trials here.
Ed Kralik, it's not right. These people should not be tried in New York. They should be tried in military tribunals. And that's about it.
If you could say one thing to Obama or to Eric Holder about this matter, what would you say to them if they were standing here right now?
They were standing, why don't they act like true Americans? Where is their patriotism? How can they possibly do to this country what they're doing right now? I don't understand. They're all supposed to be Americans. Don't they see what's happening? I think they're on a destructive course for this country.
My name is Susan Nunnally. I'm a 9/11 Republican. I joined the party in 2004. Convert to conservatism.
What were you before?
In the word of David Mamet, I was a brain-dead liberal.
Okay.
Honestly, I watched as the towers crumbled into ash on 9/11. And it feels like, to me, this decision by Holder feels like like they're putting a rapist right next to my apartment and having the rapist live there, so that our government can prove how, sort of show the world how humane they are, and I don't consider them humane because I'm being violated all over again. And then I'm going to have to deal with
Do you think this is
constant reminder.
so? Basically, you're feeling like they're just traumatizing the victims even further in an effort to appear politically correct. Would that be accurate?
Yes, that would be accurate to say.
If you had Obama or Eric Holder standing right here, what would you say to them right now?
I would say to them that America's brought a lot of wonderful things in this world and is a force for the good in this world. And I would like President Obama and Attorney General Eric Holder to put away all of their hatreds, to put away all of their bias, to put away all their misconceptions about what America is, and begin to appreciate all of the wonderful things that millions of Americans continue to be patriotic towards, the goodness that is the indomitable American spirit. And I would like them to be able to look upon us as the good guys, not the enemy.
My name is Ilario Pantano, and I'm here like all these Americans are out here today in this rain and this cold. So we feel very strongly that having this trial in downtown New York, having a federal trial for these terrorists, is the wrong approach. This needs to be a military tribunal. These are war criminals. These are not petty criminals. This is not a DUI. This is not a simple assault. This was mass murder on an asymmetric scale. This is a war crime, and it needs to be handled as a war crime. Thank you very much.
Michael Moran. I'm actually a registered Democrat, but I'm a staunch conservative.
Okay. All right, nothing wrong with that. And you're with the fire department, is that right?
Ladder Company 3 is the Lower East side of Manhattan.
Okay, what are your thoughts on this trial coming to New York?
It really doesn't make any sense at all to bring somebody that was ready to plead guilty in a military court of law and accept the death penalty, to bring him here, to put the city at risk, to give him a platform to spew whatever ideology he wants. I believe Eric Holder is far from a patriot, doesn't like this country, and it's just another way where he's going to stick his finger in the eye of the people who love this country, and especially the previous administration.
Then what about Obama?
Obama's being a bit of a coward right now. He's hiding behind the skirt of his attorney general, claiming that, oh, that's his decision. It's the attorney general's decision. Obama's the boss. He makes the decisions.
If you could say one thing to Obama or Eric Holder, if they were standing right here, what would you say to them right now?
Wake up. He's the president of the United States. He's got a few more years in that office. I hope we take Congress back from you right now, so we can undo some of the damage you're doing. And if I was him, I would wake up and reverse this decision.
Does anybody else have anything to add?
Second that emotion.
You second that emotion? Ditto. It's a third. Anybody else?
Get rid of Obama. The voice of the people. It's a disgrace.
Political action to discredit anything associated with the previous administration. So the fact is that it was well-grounded legally, everything that the Bush administration did in terms of this status of unlawful combatants. It has precedent going back to, well, Franklin Roosevelt, or even before that.
If Obama or Eric Holder were standing right here and you had something to say to them, you had their ear, what would you say to them right now?
You're fired.